What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey, everybody.
We're all looking at each other. It's like, hey, everybody, and it's just us.
Nah, it works for me. I needed this, man. It's been a long weekend. I'm ready to hang out and kind of decompress a little bit.
Well, for those who watch this later, there's Janet. Let's do some introductions. We've got Mr. Stanley Orchard.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Mr. Grant McIntosh. And Mr. Steve Holland Ash.
Putting the Holland today.
Ed Mose is in the house. Good to see you, Ed. Thanks for joining us.
Mr. Mose?
Man.
Holland.
So how was you guys' Monday?
Hey, Ed. Subscribe to... Oops.
I didn't know what that was. How was you guys' Mondays?
Mine was hot.
Grant, you've had the hardest. You get to start on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started out getting called out at 3:07 this morning to go fix a pump fail. So I've had a long Monday. Glad it's over. And I'm not on call, so
Oh,
cheers.
cheers.
Yeah, cheers to that. I'm going to add to your day, Grant. I'm going to tell you right now, if you fixed a pump at 3 o'clock this morning, if you answered the phone and fixed the pump at 3 o'clock this morning, I'll tell you right now, you could have made 3 times as much doing that in the oil field in South Texas.
True
You
that.
get fired, but you make 3 times as much.
True that. So, Steve Hall and Ash, how was your Monday?
Oh, uneventful.
Getting an echo.
Didn't have much going on today.
Hello.
Yeah. We've all seen the social media accounts, Steve. Go ahead and spill the beans.
Well, really, as far as Monday goes, this was just an ordinary day, but as far as from the last time that I was on the live stream, there's a lot happened in my little world. We entered a fishing tournament. My son, Chris, Jerry Toner was our lady angler. And then I had family came in from Florida. So yesterday, my nephew, Mitchell, he's the one that goes to school down in Texas. I can't remember what the heck the name of the school is, but I've told you guys before. So he went out with us yesterday. There you go. And he'd never caught a walleye before. So, hook into one, give him the rod. And with that was a lot of other trash fish too. But we got a nice mess of walleye. And then going back to the weekend before that was the first tournament that I'd ever entered into. And like I said, my son, Chris, and Jerry Toner fished with me. And we were the 3rd loser as far as the heaviest fish. And we were the 7th loser overall. So
Out of how many teams?
12. So I entered it so that nobody else would have to finish in last place. But
First tournament, that ain't bad.
Yep, we had a good time.
Miss Jerry Toner and Jeff Bottom, good to see you.
Yeah.
Mr. Pod, I couldn't help but notice that I took a look at I had to pause your video, Steve, when you put that out about the tournament, and I couldn't help but notice some familiar names. They were a little bit higher on the list, but I saw some familiar names on there. Congratulations.
Yeah.
To them.
Pete Pappas and Justin Randall placed higher than we did, and I knew they would. They're really good fishermen. They invited us to that tournament. So we were very thankful. And I'll tell you what kind of guys they are. Not only did they invite us to the tournament, but they also told us where they had been the last couple of days. They gave me their waypoints. So we were able to go to the area that they were fishing in. That's how nice of guys that Justin and Pete are. They're there to help everybody.
That's cool.
I want to say that is a class act, period, bar none. However, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. They gave you the wrong waypoints.
Maybe so. We caught fish. We had fun. We had a great time.
The competition, that's how it goes. I commend them. You know, it's your fault for listening to them.
NBA in the house.
Hey, what's up, man?
Rolling. Yeah. So,
Stanley, how was your weekend?
Dude, it's been rough weather, and I'm going to let you have the conversations about rough weather here. So I'm not going to wax on about that, but I haven't had an opportunity to get out. However, I will be in Waco this weekend. We're going to be doing some family fun up in Waco. It's my niece's birthday, which means we're going to go to town. And, you know, we've done that before. We've had some fun. We've been successful recently. We're going to try and continue that trend. That is my run for that's my game plan for this week, because other than that, it's been really rough the last couple of days, and I haven't been able to do anything. I can't catch a fish to save my life.
Yeah.
So you need to tell us weather. Like,
Yeah, sure.
if anyone gets to complain about it, it's you.
Sorry, Peter. I put 2 T's in your name.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
That's my brother. He's the one I'm going up to visit.
We had the trip to Florida, and weather was as forecast. Well, actually, the rain wasn't as bad as originally forecasted, but the wind was as bad as originally forecasted. So it was ugly, to say the least. We caught some fish. Me and Dell went out and fished the first day ourselves, fishing a couple different spots. One that one of the bait places sent us to, which had no fish. And then the other one where we originally wanted to go, and we caught a few fish, undersized. One keeper, cut it up, cooked it up, ate it. And then day 2, we got to get on the boat with Wayne. I feel bad for Wayne because I know he probably feels as bad or worse than we did, that he wasn't able. We couldn't go offshore. We had fish inshore. He did recon the evening before, found some spots that were a little bit flat for his inshore. Again, we caught fish, but nothing spectacular, not what we were hoping for, not what he was hoping for. So it will probably be a shorter video. And, you know, hopefully sometime we get to go back down there and try it again, because the area is awesome. The place we stayed at was awesome. Just, you know, it's one of those things. You got 2 days to fish, and Mother Nature says, those are the 2 days I'm going to blow. Because by Sunday, you know, I left on Saturday. By Sunday, it was really nice down there. So that was my week leading into the weekend.
We were talking about that. Go ahead, Steve.
Ed Mo says Florida winds and the Keys canceled scuba and charter fishing this last week for us. I feel for you.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't alone, John.
Yeah.
We were talking about that before the stream, and I did want to reiterate for the stream, for anyone, I mean, I think probably everybody here has experienced this at some point where, you know, if you go someplace and you're going to go do some fishing with somebody, it doesn't even have to be fishing. But if you're going to Florida, you get to enjoy Florida. You know, you're like, I might not be catching fish. The weather's not great. It's not perfect. But, man, I'm in Florida doing this. I got no complaints. This is good with me. But I was thinking about that from the other side of the coin, because I've got family coming in town the next couple of weeks. I've got my nephews are coming in town for the first time. I get to take them out fishing at the beach, and I'm super excited about this. But it's like sharks are the thing, you know. That's the thing that they don't get to catch up north of Wisconsin. They can come down to Texas, they can get sharks. I am under the gun. I don't get those boys some sharks, then that's a fail on me, and on so many levels. And it's going to be a fail on me, you know, like if I don't make it happen, it's going to be a fail on me on camera in front of people. So I understand, like, you're talking about how, like, Wayne probably feels worse than you. It's not a bad thing. Like, you get to go enjoy yourself. It's cool and all, but I understand Wayne's side, you know, his point of view on that. Like, if he doesn't make it happen, I understand him feeling bad about that.
Yeah. And that's what, like, we were talking before the stream started. I haven't fished with my brother-in-law, Dale, in a few years, and all our fishing has been in Michigan. and he's been 99.9% freshwater fishing. So it was cool just to have him in Florida, us get to fish together. And he caught, I don't know, a couple different types of snapper, grunt, puffers. So all things he has never caught before. So that was all cool. So yeah, it was still a good trip. I enjoyed myself.
When you have those trips where everything is a first, that's pretty rad.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna expect
I'm sorry, go ahead, Grant.
I was just asking if we were gonna expecting some video from, well, either one of you guys, John or Steve.
Yeah, I'll do. It'll probably be a short video. I'm probably going to mess with it and try some different editing techniques and just make it one of those ones I play around with and see how people like it.
Some good transitions. Just gonna say some good transitions to impress Stanley.
Exactly. Some where it snaps from one scene to another, and some good B-roll.
Now hold on a second. I have a thing. We have to, there's toes that can get stepped on here. If everybody's doing it all of a sudden, I've got nothing special going on.
That's what we're working at.
I know.
All right, Steve, what were you trying to say?
I think Grant asked if I was making a video.
Yes.
If we, no, when we went yesterday, it was yesterday. It was entirely
family
camera off. We took some still pictures. Those are the ones that you guys seen on Facebook, but it was not a camera. It been a beautiful day for it. It was a gorgeous day to be out on Lake Erie, but it was family day, and I just didn't want to. I just wanted to spend time with the family, and the heck with the camera and videoing. So no video.
You got to do it.
Just memories.
You got to do it sometimes.
Yep. I don't get to fish with my oldest son very often. So it was a real treat that he was able to go with us. And plus the nephew that is from Florida. So we could all go together. So it was just a fun day, and you can't beat that at all.
Absolutely.
You can't.
Yep. Hey, so Stanley, you probably remember we were talking in the last live about hardheads as bait. And I had said something about, sharks like hardheads. And you're like, are you going to use a hardhead for a shark bait? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to use a. Guess what? I watched a video today. I think it came out a day or two ago. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bama Beach Bum.
Yeah.
Okay. Bama Beach Bum was in Florida with that other guy. I forgot his name. Not a fan of his.
Brant? Yeah. I know Brant's they're hanging out together right now.
Yeah. Anyways, they were using small hardheads to catch snook.
Okay.
Is it snook?
Does that mean we should all be doing it?
No, but it's just shocking that, you would think the last thing any fish wants to eat is a dang hardhead with those spines and everything.
Hold on. Now, I don't mind Brant. Brant's not a bad guy. I think if you've ever seen Peter Orchard, my brother over here, they got the same hair, and I think Peter wears it better than Brant does.
I agree.
But I seem to recall Brant and Yak Motley doing a video in the last year or something like that, where they went out fishing with McDonald's sausage patties and Burger King, trying to see who caught the more fish.
Mm-hmm.
So my point on that being, okay, so Brant's using hardheads for bait for snook. I'm not sold.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not trying.
It wasn't even them guys who was doing it. It was another local guy, and they were fishing with them. And so they started using these dang little hardheads, like about that big, and catching snook. I'm like, what the hell? All these fancy baits you can use for snook, and they're catching them on hardheads.
That's interesting. Like they actually got advice about doing that from somebody else?
Yeah.
This wasn't like a YouTuber, let's use a weird bait to catch fish thing?
No. Nope. It was legit. They just start using, someone catches them, they start using them. I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. You guys up north, what's the craziest bait that you guys use to actually catch fish?
Popcorn.
Hardheads is a big one, man. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
We use
Popcorn. What do you cut?
corn for like
Panfish.
sucker and panfish and maybe carp, but never popcorn.
I was maybe 8, 9 years old fishing with my grandpa, had a bag of popcorn and fishing in his boat. And I don't know, I just put a kernel of popcorn on the hook, threw it out and caught a fish.
That dough bait works. I guess popcorn would work too.
Sure.
That's crazy.
Jerry Toner says she caught one on a shoelace one time.
Okay, that's up there. But
yeah,
I say that's up there. That doesn't take the bait, if you will, because I lived in Corpus Christi. I'm outside of Corpus Christi now, and I have fished the T heads and the waterfront enough times to know that the fish in Corpus Christi will take a shoelace.
What about you, Grant?
I'm making a gross water joke.
A streamer, yeah. What about you, Grant?
I'd say the weirdest thing I've personally caught a fish on was a banana peel. Had a banana for a snack out in the boat. I was like, hey, put this banana peel. It was just a strip of banana peel. Looked a lot like a plastic lure.
What did you catch? A bass?
Yeah, largemouth.
Yeah, they're dumb.
You did?
Their bass will eat anything.
Wow.
Peter Orchard says, have y'all heard of the stuff you put on live worms that turns them neon green? It's called glowworm. What's the deal with glowworm? I can tell you that some of the bait shops up here sell worms that's already got that on them. Yep. So you just buy the worm. It's got that stuff on, and I've never used it. But I've seen it.
We've used them down here before. Joel Willis early on was like into trying everything. And it's like it's injected in them, right? It's not just on their skin, but they didn't catch better than any other worm. But they did make a nasty mess in the boat when he had dropped that crap and not clean it up. So he quickly got no more glow worms on the boat rule put into effect. Jeff says bananas on a boat. Exactly. Bananas are supposed to be.
I was just going to ask that. They got skirted. It did.
I didn't even know that was a thing till like a few months ago. I think might have been playing hooky, sport fishing. He posted something about had a bunch of bananas on a boat, and I didn't know that was even a thing.
Oh,
do you
yeah.
know why?
Wow.
Do you know why it's a thing?
I do not.
It has something to do with the guys. What is it? They're bringing bananas over from like Jamaica or something to the mainland to the U.S. selling them, and it was like they kept wrecking boats or something.
Well, the story that I heard, it was my nephew this weekend, in fact, told me that it was they were bringing bananas like in a slave boats back however many years ago it was, and there was banana spiders. And the banana spiders infected the crew and they died. So that's why there's no more bananas on a boat.
That's too serious.
That's those big disgusting things that we have hanging out all over the place. The really big yellow and white and black things that are just like sent from hell themselves.
Yep, seen them.
Apparently that's the guy. I hate those things.
Why don't you put that on a hook and see if a bass will bite it?
Probably will.
No. I ain't touching one of those. I hate them. I don't do spiders. My family does not do spiders, period, bar none. That's our thing. Spiders.
Now, if you watch Stan's fam, his channel, Stanley down there in Bud and Mary's down in Florida, he's big time billfish guide. Right now he's gone more into YouTube and selling all his gear and stuff, but he's big channel, deer meat for dinner and all of them fish with him. But he'll eat a banana on his boat every time. Matter of fact, the video I just watched today, a new video of his, they took you know how you have when you're fishing for that, you got like a streamer and you got a ballyhoo, not ballyhoo, but usually squid or something on there, and that's their bait. They took the banana peel and put it over the line so that the banana, it's just the peel hanging with the mahi stomach or whatever they're using, the strips, and actually caught a billfish on it. And so he's always been the anti-bananas are bad guy out there that I watch.
And that makes sense. I mean, the coloration is right. The purpose of the skirting is correct. I'm not going to be that guy bringing the bananas on the boat telling everybody like, hey, check this out.
No, but if it's your boat and it's like a 39-foot Freeman and you're in charge, I guess you can bring the bananas if you want.
I got to ask a question if Jeff Bottom is still in here. He bought a new boat here a while ago, and he went up to the Upper Peninsula, and I asked if he did any did any good. He said he caught some fish, and they had enough for a fish fry. So my question, Jeff, is were you successful in getting any walleye when you were up there? If you're still in the chat.
We will see while we wait for that. Stanley, you're frozen. If you're listening and you think you're participating, you are frozen. You got a good look on your face.
That is a funny look on his face, isn't it? It's like
he's got something really important to say, and he stopped for a second. That's where it froze.
At least it isn't me this time that's raising hell with the live stream.
Nope.
Well, he's gone.
He'll be back. He'll be back. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. So while we're waiting on that. Well, no, actually, I want Stanley back for that one. All right. What fish that people fish for that you just cannot get excited about? And okay, all walleye, planer boards, and deep cranks. That was Jeff's answer.
Okay, good deal,
so,
Jeff.
I'll go first, and for me, it's carp, and I know that especially in Europe, and now more so in the States, they've become a game fish. People, seek out to catch these different carp and big carp and all, but I don't know what it is, but I just cannot get excited about catching or fishing for carp. If I'm on Twitter or Facebook or something and people are posting pictures of big carp, I'm like, whatever, scroll on. And I know that's not, right. But so that's mine. What is there a fish out there for you guys that you just like, whatever?
I'd have to agree with the carp. I mean, that's about it around here.
Go ahead, Grant.
That people actually fish for would be carp. Yeah, we catch them on accident every now and then, but I wouldn't purposely try to catch them.
No, exactly. Steve's got a bunch, I know, because he's in Michigan. Go ahead, talk about farm animals, Steve.
Oh, well, you know about those. Hey, about that, though, this weekend, yesterday, my son Steve did keep two of the what we call the sheep's head freshwater drum. But what fish don't I get excited about catching? Bass. I just don't. I know a lot of people like the bass fish, but I just don't get excited about them.
Jerry, did you hear that?
I know. We're converting her too, by the way. She's becoming more of a walleye fisherman.
I seen that rig she bought. I'm like, holy smokes.
No, I don't know. I'd never have gotten really into fishing for bass. It's just everybody loves to do it and they spend a lot of money on stuff and that's their flamingo. Fantastic. But for me, I don't know. I'm not opposed to it because I've gone out. I've gone out with Jerry a couple times and we've caught bass and they're fun. So I don't know. I don't know what to say to that question, John. I just don't get excited about them, but yet they're okay.
Yeah, I've fished for bass. I don't mind. I seldom. It's probably been years since I've gone out like, hey, I'm going bass fishing. So like you, I'm not. But, catching bass, it doesn't bother me. It's a fun addition if I'm crappie fishing with some ultralight and a 4-pound bass chomps on it, fun fight. But but carp, I'm almost repulsed. Not repulsed, but it's like if somebody came, hey, you want to go carp fishing tomorrow? I'd be like, I got to go paint something, or I'm not going to get excited about going carp fishing. I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
Well, like
and no offense.
Ed says a tug is a tug, and Jeff says a tug is a drug, and it is.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
true.
It's fun. I mean, I'd rather catch something than nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think Stanley left us, or else he went down to the store to get some more whiskey.
I have a feeling he might be having. We still got storms rolling around through here. He might be having some internet connectivity issues, because usually he would pop back down or send a message, on Messenger, and nothing. So I have a feeling they went down.
A phone call will freeze you up like that too. He might have had an important phone call.
That's possible.
Speaking of carp, we took a drive through the park yesterday, and it goes down by the Ohio River, and there are a ton of Asian carp floating. All down
floating.
As far as you can see. I don't know what killed them, if it was the 40-degree weather we had last week or what. But yeah, it stinks so bad.
Oh, man, that ruins the river for a while.
What's up, Bait the Hook? What's up, Tim?
Yuck. That ain't good. All right, people in the chat, none of you said anything about a fish that. Okay, so Jerry said carp, yuck. So there's one. And no one else got a certain fish that they just don't care about fishing for. I felt that way for a while, saltwater wise, for black drum, big uglies they call them. Smaller ones are good eating. The bigger ones are, I guess, a good fight, and that's why people fish for them. So I haven't had a big desire. And then for a while they're shark, but then after my first few times fishing in the salt, I started feeling I need to catch a shark bug, and I finally caught my first shark, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'll do that again. Maybe something bigger next time. Catfish or hardheads? Yep, Peter. Well, okay, Peter, first of all, hardheads are catfish. Now, when you say catfish or hardheads, are you talking about freshwater catfish, and then the hardhead we all know is saltwater? Or are you talking about saltwater altogether? Because freshwater catfish, I'm going to have to argue with you, man. They're fun to catch. Steve will agree with you, though.
I love this Asian carp. I think they sell them to eat in Kentucky. Maybe.
Fresh cat, salt, hardheads. Yeah. Peter don't like catfish. Peter, have you ever had a good catfish fry? Come on, man. Some good blue cat or flathead.
Even channel cat, I like to eat.
Yeah, they're all good. The catfish, really, for me, it's really based on the water they come from, right? If you're fishing a little mucky, non-water flowing pond, then yeah, the fish aren't going to taste as good as, somewhere where you have some flow and clean water. So Bait the Hook said, seriously. Wow. So he's saying they really do sell them to eat. Damn.
I know there's a spot that'll buy them. Buy them for like 40 cents a pound.
I know people feed their hogs with them and stuff down here, because there's a lot of bow fishermen that like to go out at night and shoot them with bow, but they don't eat them. So instead of just letting it go to waste, they'll give them or sell them to farmers, folks raising hogs and stuff. So I guess they'll eat them. I
wouldn't feed a fish to a pig. No way.
Steve, not even a carp? No.
I got too much respect. I got too much respect for pigs.
Would you eat a carp, Steve?
If somebody didn't tell me what no, but if somebody didn't tell me what it was, I'd try it.
Grant, have you eaten carp?
I don't think so.
I haven't. Now, I don't know how close the suckers are related. I've had sucker, but I have not eaten carp. Just like everybody else, I guess. I go by what everybody said. They're real bony, so they're hard to prepare. But I know even in Michigan, there were certain folks that loved carp. Most of us are like, ooh, that's trash fish, but people caught them and people ate them. So I don't know.
Yeah, they say the same thing about freshwater drum up here. They're trash fish.
And you know better now, don't you?
Oh. I'm still waiting for you to smoke one.
I did already. It was good too.
How do you get them lit?
Yeah, you're so funny. We got a comedian on the stage tonight. All right, I like it. That was a good one. I hate catching dead minnows, especially when I put a live one on the hook. I have
get
no
it?
idea. No.
Okay, he puts a live minnow on the hook. Doesn't catch anything. When he reels it back in, there's a dead minnow. So he hates catching the dead minnow when he put it.
Got it.
John, you are slow tonight.
Yeah, I am. Look, we had some of my coworkers are fishermen, and one wants to be a fisherman. And a few years back, we went crappie fishing and using live minnows. And we'd be fishing like, how do you guys keep the minnows alive? We're like, what are you talking about? He goes, every time I put a minnow on, I put it in water, it's almost dead immediately. And so what are you doing? Man, he reached in that minnow bucket and grabbed that minnow and squeezed it so tight that he'd kill that dang thing before you ever get it on the hook and put it out. We're like, you are an idiot. He learned a lesson, though. After that, I'm not going to say he got better, but at least he knew better.
Ed says he's had Asian carp. Not bad. Only the back straps are edible, they say. I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, me either. The only thing I've ever heard about carp is that they're bony. So, all right.
Well, I've heard of people pickling suckers, and a lot of people like that. I've never had a pickled sucker either, but
I like smoked suckers.
Oh, pickled.
Yeah, I've never had pickled.
Yeah.
But smoked, it's good. I know that.
Is the redfish a drum?
Yes, the redfish is a drum.
Carp?
Huh?
And a carp?
Carp is not a drum.
There you go.
Yeah, no, the redfish isn't a carp. But in your defense, the first time I saw one, I thought it was some type of carp, but it's not. They're a whole different family.
Huh.
And black and redfish is great. You are correct. Good eating.
Oh, Mr. Ducks made them at crappie camp.
Oh.
Yeah, that Mr. Ducks is Doug Wynn, who pops in here every once in a while. That's who Ed is talking about. Huh, be darned.
Wow.
Well, speaking of crappie camp, our crappie camp is coming up here pretty quick. June 10th, 11th, something like that. I have to look. I'm hoping for a better turnout than what's showing up on the forum. I'm kind of worried. Doesn't look like we're going to have a really big turnout. Anything you can do, Ed, to make people come to our event? I think it's just last year we had it going. Had a lot of people that were going to come to it, and COVID hit, and then I think everything like the wheels just fell off from it. And I don't know, people got other things to do or whatever. But, anyhow.
Yeah. Well, June's still a go, right there, Mr. Grant?
Yes, sir.
We know it's a go for Steve because he lives there.
Yep. What day?
What day? Well,
the weekend's the 27th.
26th, 27th, yeah.
Okay. Wife told me something was going on the 25th.
Well, that's good. It'll be the next day. We'll see if Stanley pops in or not. It's not looking good up for the home team.
Side note, Grant, have you started any plants? What kind of plants you growing, Grant?
Really, the only thing I started from seed. The only thing I started from seed this year was tomatoes. Everything else I planted. See, I planted a few seeds in the ground, but as far as starting plants in the house, just
We're getting some real bad feedback. Hold on.
For like,
On Stanley's end?
I
I think it was. Yeah.
Ed Lowe says free T-shirts. That might get him coming, Ed. And it would be a pleasure if Bill Bob would come to crappie camp. Bill Bob is a Vietnam veteran. Great guy. He goes to every crappie camp that he can. Great guy. He's been in several of my videos when I go to crappie camp. He always jumps in my boat. Have a great day with him. I'd love it if he could come. He's a lot of fun.
That's cool. That is cool.
Oh, so Grant, you started some tomatoes from seed?
Yeah, I've got them in the ground. I planted what I had left yesterday, actually.
You start everything from seed, or do you just get plants from a greenhouse?
A little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the salsa planted. We've got jalapenos. Finally got 3 actually on one of the plants growing. We got bell peppers. We got poblano peppers. Some cilantro that we use tonight in our fajitas. Tomatoes and onions. Small though, just a couple plants of each. Small little garden because, well, it gets hot here, and in another month or two, everything's going to burn up.
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of here. We were upper 80s today, and as soon as we get done with this live stream, I'm going to have to go water the garden. Because we haven't had rain for 5 or 6 days now, so.
That's funny. We haven't had water for over a week because we've had rain almost every single day. It's been crazy.
And speaking of garden, Steve, I saw your garden today in your video.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't had a garden in a couple of years. I got a Troy build I bought 1997 or so. And it finally 2 years ago kind of quit working, and my brother tried to fix it. And it was just one thing after another. So we didn't have a garden last year. We did try to plant something, and I ended up taking the weed whacker and just whacking around the plants, not tilling anything up. And then so this year I decided I got to have a tiller, and I do miss gardening. So yeah, we got a few things in, and just hopefully it's not too big that what I want to say, I have to be there all the time instead of go fishing. I don't want it to own me now.
Oh, Fredo. Hey, Fredo, how you doing, man? Good to see you on the live stream. I haven't seen you in a minute. He's up in North Texas. He kills a crappie. Does a lot of crappie and catfish and white bass. One of these days we'll get up there and fish with him. Good to see you here, brother. All right, Grant. What you gonna be filming next? Fishing? Going fishing?
I need to this week. I'm gonna try to go one of these evenings for sure. Just don't know which one yet. It's supposed to be in the upper 80s all week, no rain. So
not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, back to the bathroom remodel. So when that's done, I can start working on the boat again, try to get the boat running and finish that video. But I've come to a conclusion. Well, I've kind of been at this conclusion. So for YouTubers, we all got our goals and where we're at in YouTube and all that. And some, young guys especially want to go so that they can try to make this their career, and go out and do YouTube full time, which is awesome. I've got no problem with that. I think that's cool. That'd be nice. I'm not a young guy, right? I'm only a few years from retiring from, work. So I don't have to do that. My YouTube, when I retire, if I keep doing it, it's going to just be kind of a little extra few dollars a month, that I get. So I'm not worried about, I need to put out video every week. I need to put out video. Oh man, I've been stressing over that. 2021, because of 2020, 2020 sucked. right? And you didn't get to do a lot of videos. And so it was all like, well, 2021, here we go. It's going to be so much better. And so I've been stressing the first quarter of 2021, like I need, and it's not, I can throw some stuff together, but I don't like doing that. I rather go quality over quantity. So I'm to a point now where it's like going to make a video when I can, right? I got to finish the boat motor one. That's going to be a video. And then hopefully I get to go fishing sometime. That'll be a video. Of course, we're up in Michigan. That's going to be a few videos, hopefully. But I've gotten off of the kick where I feel like I need to do a video every week to keep up numbers and blah, 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 blah. Again, no hit. I respect the folks that can do that, right? More power to them. But for me, it's just, I'm not going to worry about that as much anymore. Now, I know, Grant, you've been kind of in that boat for a while. Other reasons.
Yeah, we've had some personal things going on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to, I don't like to fake anything. I don't want to fake, hey, have a great day when I'm not having a great day. I can't do it.
Right.
Hanging out with you guys on Mondays and everybody in the chat, it kind of helps make the Monday better. And hopefully it makes everybody else's Monday better. That's the whole point. I'm glad you guys talked me into doing this because it does help. It keeps me active on YouTube.
Good. And Steve, like he said earlier, you asked him about that fishing trip he just did. And he's like, no, there's no cameras. It was just family and, my sons and my nephew, I think he was. Exactly. Right, Steve?
He froze up.
Did he freeze? Yeah, he did. Wow. They're dropping like flies on the outdoor. Oh, no, he's moving again.
I'm frozen.
Oh, he's breaking up bad.
Am I okay?
Yeah. Oh, you moved again. You're like, yeah, pop out and pop back in. They're dropping like flies on Monday night. I'm telling you, it's Monday night.
Definitely.
Fishing with Fredo says, I'm like beyond random. I won't put out a video for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden I put out 4 in one day. Yeah. I noticed, man. I might not comment on every single one of your videos, but I watch them all.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd save one for, try to space them out if you're not going to have one for a while instead of putting all 4 out in one day.
Yeah. Stanley's trying to come back in, but it says device not connected. It does. It doesn't show.
I feel the love, Jerry. I feel the love for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to June. We got to, when it gets a little closer, which is not too far away, a month away.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Now I got them both down there, but they're both just white. There's no picture or anything. No video from them. But, yeah, we got to start hammering out where we're going to be at and all that details. The only person right now I think that is there we got Stanley, and it looks like he's driving somewhere. He is driving somewhere. He looks mad. And then we got there's Steve back. Steve, you look much better than your blurry self.
So when I left, we're talking about making videos. Are we still on that
The
subject?
power went down big over here and just to find people that had power, and I haven't even seen that yet. Honestly, just assume I got it because of power.
You sound really bad, Stanley.
It sounds like Stanley's power went out.
Oh, he's gone again. Yeah, he's trying to find people who had power. So, all right, Steve, we'll let Stanley try to find some power.
Were we still on the same subject about
Yep.
making videos and feel like you have to?
Yep.
I don't know. There was, used to be, it was kind of like, gosh, I got to find something to make a video out of. And now it's, if I make one, I make one. If I don't, I don't, depending on whether we're catching fish or something else is going on. There's a couple of things that I do want to do because I also think that you need to give the audience something worth watching or don't even bother. And you guys made comment about this a while ago that I should make a video of how we set up our
transformer. Will take out a 3 to 9 Well, you guys enjoy your break.
I don't think he's with us.
Yeah, he's not.
So you guys made a comment here a while ago about doing a video where I show how Chris and I have everything set up for trolling for walleye. And so there's been a couple times we thought about doing that, but gosh, you're out fishing for walleye. So what we decided was there's a nearby lake, and this was actually Chris's suggestion, is be on a lake. Doesn't matter if you're catching walleye or not, but you can be on the lake and show how you do it. So we're going to wait for a nice day and, beautiful day with no.
You're freezing up again on us, Steve.
No waves and all that stuff to go make that video. But other than that, it's just like,
boy, if you could say this is a Monday, if you didn't know this was Monday and you showed up here and watched this, you'd be like, you know what? It's Monday.
Cheers to Monday.
Cheers to Monday. Let's see if Stanley's going to get back in here. He's there. Let's see if we can hear him this time.
Can you hear?
Can you hear? Can you hear? Ding, ding, ding. Can you hear? Ding, 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 ding. That's what we're hearing. This is the best live stream ever. You can tell we're all professionals.
No doubt.
No doubt. The professionals. Oh, man. So, Grant is cracking up over there. Yeah, he is. Me too. One of them days. Ugh. Yeah. The four horsemen of fishing. Well,
can you hear me at all?
Oh, we heard you that time. But your video's real choppy. Oh, he's gone. Never mind. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wait a minute. He's back again.
Barely. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, barely maybe. You lose power?
The whole city of Beeville.
Oh, wow.
Even the cell towers lost power.
Dang it.
Is it storming?
No. I don't know what's up.
Well, it's Beeville. Somebody might have hit a transformer and took the whole city out.
That's what happened. Yeah. It happens.
Small town. Wow. All right. I'm catching up with everybody over here in the chat. Okay. So they love you, Grant. You feel the love?
I feel the love.
Good.
I love you, Grant.
I love everybody that loves me.
You know what? I can't wait for. I know we're all talking about being in Michigan and fishing together and all that in June, and I'm looking forward to that. But I'm more looking forward to us sitting around, maybe some fried fish in front of us or something, whatever, and a beer and just BSing and get to know each other even better. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I look forward to that.
I had to drive about an hour and 10 minutes one way Thursday and Friday for work. So it's like, gosh, I hate driving anymore. So driving 10 hours to Michigan is going to be rough, but I'm going to do it.
I'm glad you're going to do it. I agree. You know what? I agree with you. I hate the long drives, but man, I'm just looking forward to always getting together. Of course, we're flying up there. That's too far for me to drive. I've driven it. I've even pulled my boat all the way up there and back from Texas, but I won't do that on purpose again, probably. But yeah, as I transition to a snowbird, for those of you that don't know what that is, snowbirds are those retired people who stay up north in the summer and come down south in the winter. That's what we're going to be. I'm going to have to load stuff for the house up there, and we're going to have to U-haul it. So I probably got a few more trips over the road from here to Michigan and back before we can just keep flying. But
if you need someone to watch your boat,
well, the boat I have now is going to be actually in Michigan. But don't sweat. I will have a boat here in Texas on the coast eventually.
Yeah, you will.
Oh yeah, that's not an option. That's why we're
One way
going to
or
get.
another, you will.
That's why we're getting a condo with a boat slip, because there's going to be a boat involved.
Nice.
Yeah. See, Janet says she could drive and help. You know what? And I'm a horrible co-pilot, I guess, because Audrey offers to help drive every time because she knows my back after about, after 3 hours, I'm done. But then I'm going to drive 8 hours, so I can barely walk when I'm done driving. And she'll offer to drive, but for me, it's like I'm still sitting in that car. I'm no more comfortable in the passenger seat than I was in the driver's seat. I'm not going to sleep when someone else is driving because that's just the way I'm wired. So I might as well drive. That's kind of how it's been my whole life.
I agree. And to add to that, I appreciate the thought, Janet, but Janet likes to fall asleep when she's driving.
Oh, you're going to rat her out. Janet, don't let him talk like that. We know that ain't true. I'll bring back
hearing that rumble strip rumbling, something. She's asleep. Wake up!
She's laughing too, so it's not like she's denying it. Mm-hmm. That reminds me. So when I was stationed in Fort Bliss, this is El Paso, Texas. One of my side gigs with the Army was a driving instructor, so I taught people to drive. And it was at a time when we started getting people in the military who, when we were growing up, you got your driver's license as soon as you could, right? So you could go out and do stuff. Well, there's generations after us that were like, I'm not getting a driver's license. Mom and dad can drive me around, or I live in a big city and there's good public transit. I don't need a driver's license. So then they join the military and don't know how to drive yet. Well, we got vehicles you have to drive, right? So that was one of my jobs. So I'm teaching this young man how to drive, and we're driving on I-10, which is the main highway in El Paso. And all of a sudden I notice we're drifting across lanes, and I look over at him and he's nodding off while I'm teaching him to drive. Needless to say, I got his back to the base, talked to the NCOIC and said, I will not be teaching him how to drive anymore. Someone else is going to have to do it. I could not believe this guy's learning how to drive and falling asleep while he's driving. That's crazy. Wild. Yeah, it was wild. He was a different character, though. Come on, Janet. I've only done it twice, I think.
I trust you, Janet. You can drive my run.
There he goes again. He froze up.
Now, bait the hook. It wasn't before I got my license. It was before I got the truck.
So since Stanley's bumping in and out right now, we'll go ahead and make fun of him a little bit. Have you guys seen the headliner in his Chevy pickup?
I thought it was a Dodge. I thought Stanley drives a Dodge.
No. That one video, he was driving the old Chevy that he had. We're getting a lot of feedback. Is that me or is that Stanley?
Yes, but it's Stanley.
I think it is.
What's up, blue collar?
Let's see what happens if I do that. Did it go away?
I'm still here. Is it me? We got some issues tonight.
Yeah, this has been a true Monday night. Hey, blue collar. I think Stanley's got his echoing. I can't bring myself to kick him out. Does he know he's in or out? Let's try that for a minute. Oh, that's so much better. I'm sorry, Stanley. It was you, man. You had to go. He's looking at it like, what the hell just happened? Oh, guys.
Steve must have just gave up. Where you at, Steve?
He has not popped back in yet. Dan says, I mean, we are still alive, right? But did it kill you?
True.
To Audrey's defense, I've never had her fall asleep at the wheel or doze at all. So it's only because of me that she doesn't drive much. She don't. The only thing, like, she doesn't like it when you go through construction and all of a sudden the road gets narrower and they got those concrete things right beside you. That's a little spooky. But a lot of people don't like that shit.
Yeah, it's a scary kind of, especially if you're by a semi truck or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Shannon, you're late, but we're glad you're here because this has been one crazy Monday on the live stream. We've had people popping in and out, all kinds of technical difficulties. It's been your typical Monday. So thank you for joining us for the last 5 minutes of this rather hideous live stream that I've hosted.
Cheers, Shannon.
Cheers. Let's see if I can put that in the right place. Ooh, look, what's that say on that? Oh, that's nice. I like that. Oh, man. So, Grant, you said you might do some fishing coming up if you can get some good weather and some time.
I'm going to try after work one of these days this week. We got a busy week, but
Cool.
Got to get out and get some fish caught.
I might get to tinker with that boat motor a little more, but right now, because it's raining so much, I hate to pull that thing apart. You know, that's one place you don't want rain getting into. So I'm kind of waiting on that. And then we're looking at this coming weekend, right? We all got a holiday weekend coming, by the way, folks. So hopefully you're all preparing for that. Have at least 2 or 3 days off. We're going to hit that bathroom. We got to do the paint. We got to lay the tile. And then we got to put it all together after that. We'd like to get, 90% done on that this weekend. So we'll see. Right now, my focus as far as videos, I've got footage from Florida, so I'll put something together this week probably. So that'll come out. And then beyond that, I'm looking towards June when we're all up in Michigan doing something. So that's where we're sitting right now. How is Mr. Joel doing? Well, Fredo, he is doing fine. He needs to go fishing more. He's got his own boat. We go out on his once in a while. We go on mine. Mine's not up right now, and he has not been fishing in a while from what I've seen. So I need to motivate him to get on his boat and go fishing. Was it bait the hook? Well, I crashed my truck into Grant's fishing. Told it. What happened there? Long story. Oh, shoot.
We were in school still. This was 20-something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And some people skipped school. I think I left early, but we went to a spot to fish. And speaking of turtles, Shannon lost her turtle of 10 years. I believe she'd had it for 10 years.
Oh,
anyways, there's this big turtle in the road. And I stopped, and bait the hook rear-ended me.
Oh, man. Dang, guys. Come on now. Can't we all just get along? I think, Stanley, you're frozen again, brother.
Yep.
Yeah, he's frozen. Fisherman Freddy, y'all are more than welcome to come up here, and I'll try my best to put you all on crop. I know. So, Fredo, I don't know if you've seen the other. So, Grant, the only other one that's been able to keep connected, he's in Illinois. Stanley on the end there, who's frozen, he's down in Beeville, near Corpus, right? And then the fourth one that's usually up here with us, who's out right now, Steve, he's up in Michigan. So we're working right now on getting us all together in Michigan this summer, just so that 4 of us can all get to fish together. And I think the only one right now that we're not sure yet is Stanley. I know he's got a trip up to Wisconsin because his wife's family is up there, but whether he's going to make it over to Michigan and all that, we don't know. So we'll have to play that by ear.
And Fredo's in Texas. Right?
Yeah, he's up in North Texas. Yep. And he slays the crappie, catfish, bluegill, white bass. He gets out on that boat and just hand ties his own jigs now, and he's killing it. Time on water. That man is a fishing machine. I was changing my CB radio station. CB radio station. Wow. Yeah, that was a minute ago.
Yeah,
I mean, they're still out there, but
it was before cell phones. True story.
no. It's funny. My grandkids, who are 10 and 8, will not know a time where there weren't cell phones.
True.
Right? Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Screaming Eagle.
Yeah, that's bait the hook's handle. Screaming Eagle.
Was it? As a high school I went to in New Mexico was the El Dorado Eagles. So we were always the Screaming Eagles. I was really close to hooking up with Stanley one time. But we were just too busy. My cousin died in Port A. I remember you talking about that. And you went down and fished with him. We had a blast. Of course, the wife caught most of the I remember that video, Fredo, when you're down in Port A. Maybe one time we're down there, you go. I like Tawakoni is a big lake here in Texas. It's a really big catfish lake. They call it the catfish capital of Texas. And he goes up there and does one of those like Airbnb where he rents a house on the water. And it's got its own dock. And one of these days I want to get up there and do that. That'd be a lot of fun. But the best fishing up there is when it's freaking cold out. I can't remember.
Well, I guess next week we'll be live on Monday night on my channel.
Yes. And it is time to shut this thing down. Thank you for the hint there, Grant. Let's go ahead and end this train wreck where we're at now. Everybody, Fred, Janet, Bait the Hook, everybody in the chat, thank you guys for hanging with us and suffering through this. Hopefully it made your Monday a little better, a little humor to go along with what's been going on. Steve has a new video out if you haven't seen it, his garden video, right? I know Stanley's probably got something coming out this week because he's been busy. And Grant, you're going to potentially go fishing. Opportunity presents itself. And I might have the video out from our Florida trip. So that's kind of it. So next week, Grant's house, right? All the links to all the folks involved is in the description below. So you can go down there, find all 4 of us, go, hey, sub, like, hit the bell, all that stuff we always say to each other. And you got any last comments there, Grant, before we shut this thing down?
Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. All right, folks. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here.